So surely this shelter has been getting a lot of visitors, because that's why I made it in the first place. So the fire reflector is gone. It's not there anymore, and surely it slips a little bit more wind here now than it used to be, because the shelter is not tight, but it has withstand Norwegian weather, and I think is almost used every week actually. Okay. Somebody has been taking the bigger log that I used to have here to cut down some wood. So I think, but there was some wood here left as well, so we're going to try to cut some. I have my bigger axe today because I know that I will doing some woodwork. Probably roll down that little log or burn it. I'll let it know. Let's make the best out of this little log. Not like that. There we go. Smaller ones. This shelter was made big because of my camera filming. So I made it a little bit too big. Let's take this little log out of the way. Oops. The fireplace as well used to be bigger, so they have been put in stones on top. Made it specially to have a log fire here. I'm not complaining, so you know. Not complaining, but I need to be making it bigger because I want to stay here tonight. And I want the fire to be going all night. I have wood. I'm going to use most of the wood, perhaps make some log fire with reflector stalks that was here. And I will be tearing this wall down, that wall, perhaps the roof as well, and just keep the lean-to from here. I will be taking that tarp with me as well because it's mine. Just to clean it up a little bit, because I don't think I will be heading back here, and I will be making a shelter somewhere else. So my bedding consists of a wool blanket and a thermarest. I have a not inflatable thermarest, or the one with the reflectix, because I don't want to lay down on logs. Don't have a inflatable sleeping pad. With my normal quilt that I have on a waterproof Sea to Summit bag. It's a top quilt made of down, so I need to fluffy it up. and because there probably be a lot of spiders and insects here, I want to keep like a liner protection from the outside, and I use my trohguh. That also provides maybe a little bit more warmth. From the wind. And I have it on sleeping bag configuration. Just put it inside. New addition also that I forgot lastly is a pillow. This is the Sea Aero Pillow Sea2 Summit Ultra Large. No, Ultra Light Large. And it's really easy to inflate because I have tried it at home. I sleep with the wrong vent. There's two open. Let's try full power. Oh, nice. Let's careful not to lose this little pouch. Okay guys, I'm starving. I have the fire reflector here I'm going to prepare because I'm going to have some I think it's called burrito that my wife was supposed to have to lunch but really forgot to eat or didn't want, I don't know. This is kind of the fajita with this sour cream. Let's put it there so it gets quite warm. Don't keep the rømme or sour cream to last. I want to heat it like this. Pump up that fire a little bit. Burrito here seems to be quite warm now. I'm going to move it to the fishing board, cutting board in wood. And we're going to use it with some rømme, sour cream. And just to see how we're going to eat this, I think we're going to just eat it like this. So it's not bad at all. It's hungry. It's going to be interesting to try this Japanese beef that is so expensive, because I have never tried before. Was supposed to make a whole other video today, but it came through that beef because we need to buy some food at home. We normally travel to Sweden to buy a lot of food because when you have 2 kids you need to spare some money, and it's good to buy once a month a big and we came through this beef. I don't normally use that much money on food, but I need to try. So kind of was about to do a survival video this weekend actually. Kind of needed to Kind of needed to throw the Christmas tree away. And I needed to head out to throw some garbage we had at home. So we kind of changed the plan of the video at last. And it's good to be back here. So I'm kind of rearranging that fire a little bit so I can make it bigger. I just had the fire reflector. I moved some stones and we're going to make it a little bit more this way. I'm going to put some bigger logs here, not this one. Underneath I'm going to put some of the ones that I'm burning now. I'm going to put there, and on top we're going to put a little bit bigger. You just have a fire. It's not really necessary to make it little. Depending on what you are doing here. I have put stones in the middle here, and there's really no point of that because I have already put sand here when I made this this pit. So it's really not necessary to put stones underneath because there is like 2 kilos of sand underneath this fire, and also you have a lot of stones and coal, and it's quite elevated, so it's a very good fireplace to be making a fire. So I'm not going to move that and leave it like it was, because this was here before me as well. I only had the sand. So let me see, we're going to put one of those coals stocks now and put it underneath here where the stone is. I'm going to put another node. Just need to rearrange those logs. There's a little bit bigger one there that is kind of stuck in a dumb way. Much better now. So this is gonna have the flow inside. I could add another log on top. Okay, just going to wait just a little bit, and a lot of flow underneath the whole log. So that's a good sign. And you can feel immediately how much warm this kind of fire bring. This was normally the fire reflector, but like I said, here in Norway it's very long winters, and I'm going to stay here until tomorrow. I have a lot of wood, still 2 of those dead wood that I have, and I will keep me warm through the night. Tomorrow I will make some breakfast in this and tear some of this super shelter out. You can see the tier here. I'm going to show you. Here is where it actually failed, so it's kind of tearing down, and I don't want that to happen and just leave it like it's halfway. So I'm going to take all of the paracord that I used and clear all of this out and spread the wood around, and just leave this kind of the gapa hook without the tarp left, so the kindergarten and school can actually use this. But all of this this is going to go away tomorrow. Okay guys, getting dark. I have rearranged the fire also again because it was too smoky. I needed to cut those big logs. It's kind of better now, and I'm starting to freeze in my foot. I have been trying these shoes again because it's been a long time. I'm testing actually some new socks here. It's kind of cold, but it's mostly because of these shoes. Those shoes are really bad. And I'm kind of testing both footwear, socks and soles these days. So I'm going to actually put on a couple of other socks that is a little bit thicker and see how that goes. I don't think it's going to be any better, but anyway. So as you can see, I have cut down some of these logs because this was a little bit too much wood and it was too smoky, and I just need to bring it down, and it's a little bit less smoke here now. And yeah, I think I'm going to prepare some food now. Okay guys, I have some small potatoes. I'm going to try to really cut them small because I want to fry them. This is not the best knife for making fires, food, because it is a bushcraft knife, or a Scandinavian grain knife, so it's kind of a fat at the back. I think I'm going to actually boil them. Don't have a lot of water, but if I cut them small and I put some if I cut them small, and I actually have with me that the Primus little solar stove kettle. I'm going to put some water to boil there. And we're going to fry the steak 2 minutes in this my old pan that it's bigger than the Alpha Summit 1 that I have. To put the steak and fry this there as soon as it gets that boiled water. See the texture of this. Wow, seems like a piece. It's a quite big difference between a regular entrecote and the Japanese one. This is $30. That is around $3-4. Have some olive oil here. Let me smell of it, because I don't want to use other kind of oil. Only vegetables oils to actually fry this. We need to spare some of it to tomorrow. That's for the steak. Potatoes are ready now. We're going to take that apart and make room for the frying pan. There we have, and to put one of the best beef in the whole world there. And put the other one closer to the fire. and just give it like 2 minutes on both sides. I should have to bring salt and pepper with me, guys, but I really forgot. We have a stone, flat stone there to stabilize this a little bit. I really want that as rear as possible. The cool thing about this pot is that it has like a little gap for clearing out the water, so you don't, so the potatoes should have a little bit more oil, and just fry them a little bit now. You can see some spare that we have for tomorrow's breakfast. Man, I feel the difference about this kind of meat. This is quite light. I have some onions. I'm just going to put those steaks apart. I'm going to use some HB sauce just to marinate those onions just a little bit, so they get kind of brownish. This is my favorite sauce. And after fry those potatoes a little bit, I have the steaks at the oven reflector. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the world's best beef. Oh man, I think it's going to be white because it's not the best red steak. Okay, let's try, guys. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh. It melts in your tongue, and it has so good taste of beef, and it's really nice. Wow, 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 wow. Man, I wish you could try this. I have never tried such a good beef ever. So good. It's not a lot of food. It seems like it is more fat, but you can actually taste that. Oh, that taste of meat very well. Wow. The best beef ever. Cannot compare to anything I have ever tried. Okay, let's put this thing aside, and let's try to use the fork this time. But let me see how this $3 beef compares. This is an entrecôte or New York steak, very tender as well. You see more red. Wow. That's two different worlds. This is good and tender, but you know, it's the good beef. But that beef that I just tried before this one is way more tasty, more tender. Yeah, man. Okay guys, I just fire up the last of the fire reflector, cut it in half. I have the silky saw with me, so it's kind of easy to cut the wood. So now I'm going soon to bed, just going to relax as always in front of the fire. And I will film a little bit more tomorrow. Just a regular Christmas beer. I only had one, so I will bring this with me. Good morning. It's 9:40 in the morning. I really started to snow now. It's a little bit colder than yesterday, but I slept over 8 hours. I slept very well. But as soon as I open my eyes, I need to go out and pee, so that I will be starting on fire and making some breakfast. I decided actually last night that I think I'm going to just let this super shelter be and maybe pay it a visit this summer again to see if it's still standing, perhaps after some storm or so, to see if it's still standing. So I need to tear it apart, because I told to my wife that I will be taking apart, but the thing is that she told me that I think you should let it stay for the kindergarten, because they use it so much. So I think it's cozy, and I will let it stay instead this time. I literally forgot coffee, so I'm going to take some, perhaps not this one, I may have been taking my dog or something. I literally forgot coffee, so I need to make some tea, and I will put in some bark instead. Wow, look at that. Really calming down now. Yeah, it needs some maintenance, guys. I will leave it like this a little bit more and see. Some water there. It's a big difference in using birch and pine for the fire doesn't spark that much. Ow! That was warm. Need to wait. Woo. It's not. I forgot it's not titanium. This is stainless steel. This cup. Therefore, it gets takes longer time to warm, but also stays longer warm as well. Titanium cup is the opposite. It takes short time to warm and also short time to chill. Oh yeah, I sleep really well. This is the good thing about this setup, that is kind of permanent. You can just pack your things and go, and without tearing apart, of course. And I will be taking that little tarp with me, because I'm going to use it on my bushcraft camp as soon as I find a spot for it. But it's not hassle. It's if you make a good bed, it's not hassle to sleep here. Even with the wool blanket underneath, you sleep well. It's a little bit tight with the fjellduken, because it's close and the zips is kind of it's not over you. You need to open from the middle. It's kind of the shame thing about the fjellduken, but it's it really makes a difference. You can actually sleep with a top quilt inside a fjellduken in winter time without any problems. No condensation, because this is slips some out, and good. Okay, those are the potatoes from yesterday. Wow, this oil has actually got frozen. So the potatoes, let's just put them there, because those are actually ready, and we're going to fry some egg and bacon. Egg and bacon. Wow. Fire, fire, fire. Wow. Wow, man. Woohoo! Easy peasy. Easy. Easy, man. I have some juice. Capri-Sun is very easy to bring. That's why I bring that with me. And we have some spare bacon from home. Just enough to make a ration for me. That's the thing also with the Bushcraft or Super Shelter, is that it's easy to make some food with all the thing here. We have a couple of eggs, my favorite sauce, HP sauce, and some cheddar. The cheddar I would take on top of the eggs and bacon when it's ready. There we go, and the last touch is the cheese. Kind of will make it just a little bit even better. The cheese. Oh, crap. Piece of plastic. Oh, nice breakfast. Sunday breakfast. It is Sunday today, and I will be heading to edit this video. Oh. Wow. Perfect. Perfect breakfast. Well, next video is going to be not as cozy. It's going to be a survival video, and I will make it probably next week, next weekend. Weeks after that, it's going to be a frozen bot event that is coming. 2 nights in a hammock, and yeah, kind of will be really interesting to see how next weekend video will be. I hope you like this video, guys. Stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't, and see you soon.